What's going on YouTube? So it's time for the Q&A. Last video I asked you guys to leave questions and I got a lot of questions, a bunch of them, so many that I don't even know if I'll get time to answer them all, but I'm gonna try to answer them as quickly as possible. What you're seeing right now is my back and shoulder workouts, so that'll be playing in the background while I'm answering the questions. So let's get started. What is your recommendation about switching exercises? I don't really go over 8 weeks with the same split. How old were you when you started lifting? I experimented with weights when I was like 15, 16, but you know, I don't consider this to be the age that I started lifting properly. I just started taking bodybuilding and lifting seriously and you know, stuck to a routine 3 years ago. So I've been lifting properly for 3 years. What is your favorite exercise for inner chest development? So I know there is no muscle that is the inner chest, but the exercise that I feel my inner chest the most is the Sven press, or the one that I call the prayer press. What would be a good workout split for a beginner? Any split works. It doesn't really matter exactly, as long as you're hitting your muscles quite often, and learning the exercise is the most important thing. Can you give us some tips on how to build strength using bodyweight exercises? How many reps and sets? So to build strength doing bodyweight exercise, you have to do challenging bodyweight exercises that you can't really do too many reps of. 1 to 5 rep range is the best for strength, so anything from pull-ups to planche or anything like that that requires a lot of strength, just do those and you'll increase in strength. What's your current split? Right now I just changed my split to chest and shoulder press, back and lat and rear delts, and legs and arms. How to get out there on Instagram? Start posting a lot, do some good hashtags, follow people that do the same as you, and just start commenting and follow everyone. How long should clean bulking be? Basically, it doesn't really matter how long it is, it's as long as it needs to be, depending on your goals. If it's a lean bulk, you're not getting too much fat, so you can keep going for a long time without, you know, having to do a cut again. Is it okay to work on a muscle part even if it's sore? Yes, it is very okay. What's your favorite training split? I don't really have one, I like all splits. How to shred without losing muscles? You can't really keep all your muscle mass when you're going down in weight. It's pretty much impossible, so you just have to accept some muscle loss and just, you know, sacrifice a little bit of gains. What's your cardio schedule like right now compared to when you're cutting? I don't do much cardio right now. I was planning on doing 3 times a week just for the you know, just to keep my heart rate going and working my heart muscle a little bit. When I'm cutting, I try doing cardio maybe 5 times a week, either interval training or steady pace for 1 hour, just like an incline walk or something. So I do it 5 times a week when I'm cutting. How can you keep motivated? What's your main motivation? My main motivation is pretty much knowing that everything I do day by day will get me closer to my end goal and just make me the best version of myself, and just knowing that every day counts is enough to keep me motivated for a long time. Have you tried D-ball? No, I haven't tried any sorts of steroids or anything like that, and don't plan on doing so. Any tips on bringing out the quads? Train your legs often. Just remember, legs is half your body. Train it every 48 hours if you need to. Heavy leg presses, squats, all that stuff. Do I have to bulk to gain muscle? Bulking is a kind of a weird word, but you have to be on a caloric surplus to gain muscle. It doesn't need to be a huge caloric surplus. You don't necessarily have to gain a lot of fat at all, but you have to be on a caloric surplus. How do you afford Subway every day? I'm sponsored by Subway. I'm just kidding. I can't really afford it, but I do it anyway. Favorite exercise on chest? Probably the cable flies at the moment, for some reason, I don't know why. Who was your physique fitness role model? The first one for me was Mike Chang. No, I'm just kidding, guys. It's always been Greg Plitt has been my main role model for fitness. What is your approach on short bulking and cutting phases? I never really go on a cut longer than 12 weeks because it's just stressful for the body and mind, and I need my pizza and Subway, so I don't go to the extremes. Does weightlifting stun growth? I'm guessing you are under 18 or under 16 or something. Basically that's a myth. It does not stun growth, but you have to be careful if you're young and lifting, because your ligaments and tendons, they're a lot weaker than in adults, so be careful and don't lift too heavy and crazy. Do proper form. Have you done intermittent fasting before? I have. I do that when I'm cutting. It just helps me psychologically because it's a lot easier to just, you know, stay hungry for a little longer and then just feast on big meals. What's a good strategy for lean bulking without tracking macros? Just eat healthy and make sure you're full but not bloated. That's pretty much what I do. For how long are you planning on bulking? I'm not sure yet. Just gonna keep developing my muscles as long as I can. When is your first London meetup happening? So I don't know. You guys, by the way, if you guys live in London or in the UK and you guys wanted a London meetup before I leave in 3 weeks to Norway, let me know in the comment section below and we'll make it happen. Do you drink coffee? Not regularly, but I do sometimes. What program did you use to edit your videos? I use Final Cut Pro 7 and 10. I prefer 7, but I'm using 10 right now. Is it a good idea to have BCAAs after your workout? It doesn't really matter. It's only effective when you're cutting down, if effective at all. So it's not a necessity at all. What do you recommend to force growth in arms? Just make it a priority. Whatever is lacking, make that a priority and hit it hard. Do high volume and eat a lot of food. Are you going to take part in a bodybuilding competition? No, I don't plan on doing that. What were your stats when you first started bodybuilding? So I was pretty much 77 kg, which is 170 pounds, and not too much body fat at all. I was pretty skinny. What's your thoughts about reaching muscle failure in the workouts? I don't believe in dropping the weights when you can do more sets, but drop sets and supersets until your muscle can't take anymore. I don't do that very often, maybe twice a week or something. Did you suffer subway withdrawal while you were in Norway? I could see snow, I could see nature, but I was also seeing Subway sandwiches, so I was having some hallucinations right there. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for leaving the questions. It was a lot of them. Sorry if I didn't get to your question. Share the channel with your friends if you want us to grow. And I'll see you very soon. Peace out.